LG UltraGear gaming monitor. Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG UltraGear gaming monitor. Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG UltraGear gaming monitor. Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG UltraGear gaming monitor. Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG UltraGear gaming monitor. numerous forces aimed at the Earth.
All right, hi guys, and we are back. This is the finals of the South Asia Championship League powered by LG UltraGear. I'll be one of your casters for today. My name is Apollonia, and with me is Obi. So let's just get straight into it. We had a very grueling semifinals earlier today. It started at 1 p.m. and ended at about 6 p.m. It was insane. We got a little break, and now the finals is finally here. So we're starting off with the pick and ban phase. We see the Senna band coming out from the side of Deimos Force, and it is Elixir that they are against. Now, these two teams are extremely strong. They showed great macro. What are your thoughts on both teams, Obi?
I'm really excited for this. They are two of region's best teams, and going seeing them go head to head is really exciting. Demos Force has turned into like a really super team with the inclusion of Termi and Crixus, and now uh, and basically Itmam coming in top. Um, Forest in the jungle, it's becoming very dominant, and on the other side we have Elixir. Black Infinity is just playing some brilliant League of Legends lately. Uh, Captain Kirk and Hammy, the synergy bot is just so good lately. Kaka has always been arguably the best mid laner in South Asia, and Bishi in top is showing some really impressive performance in the past few days. So I'm really excited to see how this series pans out. Looking at the bans on the side of Demos Force, we have Yumi, we have Senna, and we have Pantheon banned out. Pantheon, we saw the amount of sheer pressure Black Infinity puts out with Pantheon. You cannot allow him that champion. Yumi and Senna just allows Elixir to play bot lanes which are unorthodox, like Syndra, like Yasuo, like Irelia, and they don't want any of that, so they're just banning all of it. On the other side, you see Yasuo being banned out, you see Trundle being banned out, and you see Braum being banged out. Again, targeted picks. Yasuo is something Tommy plays really well. Trundle is something Tarek is really comfortable with. Going into the picks, we see Kane being insta logged in by Tarek. Tarek has been playing a lot of Kane. He's comfortable with that champion. And on the other side, Galio, Kaka, he always fears Galio will be banned against him, but Kaka on Galio is really neat, and Aphelios is so good on Captain Cook.
Yes, I agree with you. You know, the bands coming out from the side of Demos Force, it's targeted and it's great. Black Infinity plays an insane Pantheon. So it looks like it's going to be a Kane first pick for Forest. So the IIILLL, that IGN, that is Forest, you guys. And he's going to take that Kane now. Kane, not so much of an early jungler, only just to, like, come in, make the lane easier for his teammates, and just stack up all them souls for him to get that transformation. We see Crixus on Misfortune, which is such a breath of fresh air because for so long, Crixus was always put on Ezreal, which is a very safe pick, and I believe that Crixus can definitely show a lot more with something more bursty, more damage heavy, and Misfortune is the way to go. Then Mordekaiser pick for I Kill Van Gogh, one of the best top laners I would say in this region. He has showed an amazing performance in one of his games as a Gangplank. Very very good player, I would say. And it's a Galio, Aphelios, and on for Elixir. Now, Galio on Kaka. Kaka is the god of roaming. He loves to roam whenever he can. So that Galio is going to be a great pickup for him. Aphelios, tons of damage. We will see Captain Kirk and his AD carry mechanics on that pick. So I'm excited for that. And on for Bishi. Wherever you see Bishi, you see on. He's just a representation for this champ at this point, but he plays it very well. So, and now coming into the second band phase, the Leona and Thresh bands from the side of Elixir. Very good bands, I would say, because Rusty Panda, he's an insane support, and you give him those picks which allows you to, engage, it's gonna be mad. And also the Javan 4 and Evelyn from the side of Deimos Force, they were target banning Black Infinity, but it looks like it's gonna be a Rengar. Wow, that is a very ballsy pick. That Rengar, it's either a hit or miss. You gotta get that Rengar going. What are your thoughts, Obi?
Okay, Infi is kind of like a one trick Renga. from what I've heard, and he plays a really mean Rengar. So Infi on Rengar is something I'm really, really excited to see. On the other side, you see uh, Kane, Misfortune, and Mordekaiser being picked up. Misfortune is just so annoying in the bot lane right now. Mordekaiser and Kane just dish out so much AoE damage. Mordekaiser and Misfortune just dish out so much AoE damage. With Gragas coming in, that Cascade can definitely be looking to make a lot of plays. Galio is something which offers insane potential to roam and insane protection on Aphelios. On is someone that can is just so detrimental in team fights, gives that necessary upgrade to Aphelios as well. And we see a Silas being picked up. So most probably that Silas is gonna go on Termi. Aikil Bangog is taking Mordekaiser top, and we will see a Gragas Misfortune bot lane, which is really interesting since both of them can poke heavy and dish out a lot of damage. Cassidin being picked up. Okay, okay. That means we have a Galio support coming in. Hammy is an ex mid laner. He has played insane amounts of Galio himself, and this is something completely unexpected coming out from both sides in pick and ban phases. What are your thoughts on the lineups, Apollonia?
Alright, let's start with Deimos Force on the blue side. Okay, so we see Mordekaiser, um, IQ Van Gogh with that Mordekaiser pick against On, Bishi with the On. Now we know that it is a skill matchup and Mordekaiser somewhat has the upper hand. Uh, IQ Van Gogh, he's going to be pretty safe. He's going to farm and he's going to look to definitely single out that Aphelios or maybe Galio, maybe Rengar when it comes to the team fight. So that's pretty safe for the side of DF. They have the Gragas support with the Misfortune. Now we know Rusty Panda is the king of unorthodox supports. We did see him play a Zac today and it really worked for the team. So now there's Gragas with Misfortune, good amount of CC. He might be playing the AP1, a little bit of burst, or he could be going for a tankier option. But I always feel that Gragas does well with burst, but as a tanky option, it can work in this team composition. And that Silas pickup on Termi, it's great. You have the On, Galio, Aphelios, even Rengar ultimate to steal. So this is a really good utilization of Silas. Overall, DF, they have a lot of creativity to play around. They also have the means to scale into the late game with their picks. Now, do give us some insight on Elixir as we are entering the spectator delay.
Okay, so Kaka on Cassidin is something I'm really excited to see. Termi sort of thought Kaka was going to go pick Galio, picks up Silas. It's kind of like a counter pick. If you see a Galio ulting out, you can steal his ulti behind him, and that sort of counters the whole Galio pressure. While Silas dishes out insane amounts of damage following that ulti. So throwing in that curveball and putting Cassidy in mid is something which is really interesting against Galio, against Silas. I'm so sorry. Infi, one trick Rengar, something which can offer insane amounts of burst. I'm really excited to see how this Rengar pans out. Aphilio Galio bot lane against the Gragas Misfortune bot lane again is very interesting since both Galio and Gragas can go blow for blow, poke out a lot, trade out a lot, and they have insane all-in potential basically at level 6, both of them. For me, it's really important to see how the game's being played by Kane and Rengar because jungle is going to make a huge impact on the game. Kane is really strong in the red form, the Rast form. So I'm really excited to see how the amount of CC comes in. Also, Gragas with Misfortune. Gragas is sort of support which is usually picked bot with a Yasuo. But seeing it with Misfortune, just the pure damage from both ultimates will be very interesting to see.
And also, Demos Force, they did pick up that Gragas and it offers a lot of disengage potential when it comes to the full-on engage that Elixir wants to use as a team and their picks. Now, I will looking at Elixir overall, having a Philios, Rengar, and a Cassidin. When you look at these picks and you think of them when they're fat, it is a nightmare to deal with. And what more, it is a perfect composition for Rengar to be played because there are multiple squishy targets on the side of Deimos Force. And like you mentioned, it's very crucial for both sides to be able to have a good start in the jungle, and that will basically set out the pacing for the entire game. Now, we know that these games in the South Asian community are always very neck and neck, having Deimos Force versus Elixir. It is the match that all of us are waiting for. Do let us know who you are supporting in the comments. It's very exciting to see this. Thank you for joining us. This is the South Asia Championship League powered by LG UltraGear. So now we are transitioning into the loading screen. It is about to start. I am so hyped. There are so many games to cast today, but I feel the energy flowing through me. I am hyped. There are the keystones that we have to look at. Anything that catches your eye, Obi.
Looking at the keystone, everything looks pretty standard as of now. You have, I mean, yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. But like I said, it's going to be interesting to see where these junglers decide to path, because that is something which is really going to control the game.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. So Misfortune is taking press the attack. So I think what is in Chris's mind, he's not going to build lethality. He's going to be more of the crit build for MF. Makes her a great right clicker. Her ultimate also scales with crit. So that's going to be tons of damage against sorry, Elixir. And I also want to point out that Elixir is running double TP. And oh, yeah, so both teams are running double TP. Okay, so it's good. There's definitely going to be a lot of skirmishes in the early game. Both teams are also known to have very strong macro from what we saw. And just being able to see both of them collide, which team is going to pull off the better macro? Which team is going to have much more coordinated team fights, have better skirmishes with more advantageous outcomes? And of course, we have the customary pause, guys. It is not a South Asian game without the pauses. Do bear with us because of the few net and tech difficulties that we might face, but I think all in all, it's pretty Gucci. And let's just get right into it. Which side do you think the junglers are going to start?
I mean, I think both junglers would try to focus their bot lanes. Bot lanes are something which have the most amount of pressure right now, mid or bot. Mid, I think still the gang potential is lower because both champions post 6 are slippery. Of course, Kaka will have a lot of pressure pre 6. Cassidin, you need to sort of lock down Cassidin pre 6. He's quite weak. But same time at the bot side, Crixus and Captain Kirk both are on champions that are extremely explosive, and putting them ahead would be detrimental for any team. So I'm really excited to see how this game pans out. Um, with that being said, Apollonia, uh, if you have to just say on pure team fighting, which comp looks better on paper?
I think it could be anyone's game, but right now, if we're thinking about, let's say everybody was equally as fast and they were to just clash, I feel that it is probably going to be Elixir with the upper hand just from how much burst and sustained damage that they have. Rengar they have a flanker, they have poke, they have DPS, they have burst, they have everything. They have globals even, as compared to Deimos Force. But if Deimos Force manages to get their lead early, they could just spiral out of control and set Elixir really behind and deny them all of their items, and they won't be able to scale. Now looking at just 1 minute into the game, we see that everybody have taken their battle positions. Some wards will be dropped. It's always essential to see where the junglers are going to start. But a good point that you did bring up earlier during Champion Select is that Black Infinity is a one-trick pony on Rengar, and
I
I'm
mean,
excited to see that.
he's definitely not a one-trick pony from what we saw today, but Rengar is his strong champion. This is his comfort pick. So I'm really excited to see how and where does Infinity go for the hunt. Because once Rengar is really on the hunt, it becomes annoying for AD carry. Especially when you have something like an MF, which is so immobile that if a Rengar catches you, you're pretty much dead.
Yes, and we can see that DF does have a deep ward in Elixir's jungle. Having a Kane, you don't need to leash. He has an amazing clear in the early game, so it's going to be quite a mystery for Elixir to be able to figure out where Kane has started. And we'll soon see the priorities that the junglers will set in place, like which lanes they do want to snowball. But we see Kirk very comfortable on that Aphelios pick. He is way too comfortable on that champ, and it's kind of scary. You know what I like to call Aphelios? A member of the Uchiha clan.
uh, Kirk is he's really getting used to Aphelios. Aphelios is a really strong champ, and on top of all of that, it can just offer so much poke. What's a little unfair on Aphelios is the range. I feel he just outranges all ADCs, and he's just so massively annoying at that very max range. Farming against Aphelios becomes a bit of a task at times.
I really do agree. And a lot of trades happening in the bot lane. Now it's Rusty Panda versus Hemi, both very experienced supports, along with AD carry lanes. Now, we saw a lot of unorthodox picks throughout the qualifiers, semi-finals, everything. But what it comes down to now in the finals, you have Crixus and Captain Kirk. Now, both of them are very in tune with the AD carry role, and they're very comfortable with farming. They have proven that they are able to carry their teams, and now it's just going to be a case of which AD carry gets that early push. And it's just a lot of rivalry with all of these lanes, because all of these guys, they're not filling, they main these roles, and they're out for blood today.
And with that, bot scuttle cap is secured by Rengar. He saw they had priority bot lane. And Tariq, realizing that Forest will be moving top lane, Bishi, he knows he has a ward there. Tariq will just clear it. He'll just be able to take the scuttle crab up top. So both junglers sort of going head to head, splitting vision quite evenly. And Kaka rotates. I think he's going there to put a deep ward. He's trying to clean as much. Spots the ward in the tri-brush. Will come back to the lane.
Both junglers are looking for an opportunity to gank, and we can see that Black Infinity is sneaking down in the bottom lane. Will he be able to do it? And there is the engage from Hemi onto the Gragas. Rusty Panda flashes. The ignite is dropped on him, but he is not going to be safe. And that is first blood for Hemi, who is Kaka by on the map. That Galio, insane coordination, and a very good opportunity picked up by Elixir.
That was a really detrimental team fight. Captain Kirk, and at the same time there's a gang going up top.
Oh, there's just so much things happening. First in the bot and top, and that is going to be a kill for I killed Van Gogh. Did you kill Van Gogh or did you kill the On? That is a great start. Ken knew who he wanted to get fed on the team, and that was his top laner. You know, Mordekaiser with that early push, he's just going to absolutely stomp on with that 33 CS to 16. It's not looking bright for Bishi, and I killed Van Gogh. He is a top laner that knows how to push a deep.
I mean, yes, definitely giving Van Gogh that early lead definitely means he's gonna have a little comfortable laning phase. Crixus and Rusty are still quite comfortable bot lane, even though Aphelios and Galio managed to get a kill, but the kill ends up going on the Galio, which is not really ideal. Rusty, being aggressive, goes, takes that fruit, tries to see, get some vision, will walk out of there safely. Okay, so MF Aphelios, late game, who is a bigger carry, who's more of a nuisance?
Yes, and we see Black Infinity, you know, getting that little start with the 3 long swords. He has damage. Like, if you meet Black Infinity right now, you gotta be careful because he does pack quite a punch on that Rengar pick. And you know, looking at the grand scheme of everything, the first dragon up is going to be the Infernal. Both teams are pretty neck and neck. There's only a 200 gold difference. There's not that much. Lanes are farming fine. It's a little bit too early to tell, but we can see that the junglers are looking to just clear a lot of their camps because they are very level 6 reliant. And it was just one gank for both sides, and now it's just, okay, who's going to reach level 6? Who's going to find the opportunity? Who is going to roam before their opponent?
That's very true. And as you can see, the support scaling, the support EXP has kind of suffered in the bot lane with the current patches coming in. And I mean, like, what I've noticed is if a support starts falling behind in levels or EXP, it becomes really hard for him to get back into the game. And ulti being dropped on Itmam, top lane. Bishi answers with his own ulti. They are in the realm. Kane is waiting outside. There's no backup coming in. and Bishi will fall to Itmam. But at the same time, they know the jungler is not bot side. They're trying to go to the dragon. They're trying to disengage, but Black Infi coming in, they will secure the first Infernal Drake. So Infernal for a kill kinda is worth it. Bishi is he's quite even on the farm also, so I think it's a worth trade. What do you think?
Well, giving up one ooh, that's Black Infinity looking for blood in the jungle of Deimos Force, but it looks like Rusty Panda will manage to get to safety. And it looks like both junglers are stealing each other's red buff. Well, you know, it's a one-for-one trade. But speaking about the kill advantage that Kane just managed to give over to Mordekaiser, that was good. I mean, giving up one dragon just to get one of your win conditions ahead is also a strategy, and I feel that that is what Deimos Force was going for. Now, Vango can just pretty much... He's safe, and it looks like it's a heavy camp coming out from Forest. They have a plan, they know what they want to do. Overall, you know, it's still very early to tell, but that is a flash coming in from Galio onto Rusty Panda and Crixus. Crixus tries to kite, but Captain Kirk, Uchiha clan, that is the immense burst that Crixus will take in. He goes down. Captain Kirk trying to finish on Rusty Panda, but he will get out alive. And that is Tommy coming in with that TP, trying to finish off Hemi, but is that, yes, it is possible, and that is a double kill. Now it's a 1v1 situation. Tommy might retreat, but is he going to go back in? Yes, he does. Tommy is beating Kaka. Is Kaka going to be able to pick up this kill? No, just a little bit of a skirmish, and here comes Kane floating through the walls, but is there going to be an opportunity? No, we see a bit of a skirmish at top. Not much happening. Rengar is also there to assist in the bottom lane. Wow, that was actually a good fight for Deimos Force.
That was a really clean fight coming in for Deimos Force. Tommy going really ham, picking up those 2 kills, puts him ahead in lane against the Cassidin. So that is a really nice thing this early on. Silas did burn his teleport, and you see in these fights the person who ends up burning the first teleport and being there is for his team faster sort of dictates the way for the other guys. Silas being there before the Cassidin made sure that he got in the kill on Kirk. He got the fight into his favor. And it was a clean fight for Deimos Force. Deimos Force does manage to come up higher in that encounter.
And we are seeing Elixir struggling just a little bit, but Rusty Panda with the flash engage. Tommy comes in, and that was the Galio out that he stole, but it looks like Hemi will go down, and that is another kill for Deimos Force. The sheer teamwork, synergy, macro play coming out from Deimos Force is insane. We thought that Elixir was doing a great job from the semifinals, but it's kind of like they've met their match, and they have to take DF very seriously.
That's very true. That was such a nice play by Tommy. He'd stolen that ulti before. He sort of played around it. He waited for bot lane to engage. Rusty with that very brilliant engage coming in, backed up by Tommy. They just landed a confirmed kill on that Galio, putting Crixus ahead. But sadly, Crixus still has 0 kills on him, which is kind of sad. They want more kills on that Mir Fortune. All in all though, it's going really good for Deimos Force right now.
And it looks like Rusty Panda will engage. Oh, that was a poor choice by Hemi. Face checking that push. He is not going to be able to come out of that alive, and his AD carry is going to back away to his tower in safety. Now, I think Hemi is just having a real rough time. They are camping the heck out of bottom. They know that Captain Kirk has the potential to carry, so Deimos Force is keeping in mind that they have to shut them out as well as the top lane. You know, get I Kill Vango going because he is one of their win conditions. Tommy is just set, and even with, you know, the CS difference, that 3 kills and 300 goals shut down, Tommy has to play very carefully and make sure that, you know, he does not give that huge amount of goal over to Kaka, because there is still a Cassidin that has completed his Rod of Ages and can scale to be a monster in the mid to late game.
That's very true. Kaka, he's still mid, he's still farming up, he's still getting in those stacks. And I want to see, late game, he has his ROA, he's starting to stack up. Would that Cassidin just burst everything down and make it into a 1v9 fight? It might just happen. There's no gang coming in mid. Termi, however, is better right now. He is more farm, so it's anybody's game still. But DF have secured a minor lead for themselves.
And we see Kane might be looking for an opportunity in the mid lane. Kaka uses his ulti in onto Termi, and that's going to be a lockdown on him. The smite is dropped. Kaka tries to blink it out to safety, pops the flash, and here comes Black Infinity. Comes in. Galio coming with the follow-up. Black Infinity flashes, trying to get a kill on Kane, but Kane does not manage to survive, and that is a 1-for-0 at this point. Termi is still fighting hard. Rusty Panda with the follow-up. Here comes Cat Cut. Drops the Aphelios ulti. It does not look very bright for DF. And is this going to be another kill picked up by Elixir? No, they will only pick up one kill. That is a 1-for-1, very even trade. And the dragon is up. This might be the second one for Elixir, but there are still members of DF alive. And are they going to contest this? Rusty Panda's like, nope, I'm just going to get my fat Grugger self out of there real quick. And that is the second dragon that will go over to Elixir.
Yeah, that was a really nice team fight played from both sides. And it's an Ocean Soul. Ocean Soul is really nice. Both team comps are very heavy team fighting comps. Ocean just gives you that sustain, engage more. It just makes you last longer in team fights, and it's really good for both sides. So let's see who manages to get the soul better. We have two dragons on the side of Elixir, so they have contestation to soul better. They just need 2 more drakes. Meanwhile, on the side of Deimos Force, they need 4 more drakes. Rift Herald also been taken down. It's been popped mid. Termi and Kaka trading blows for blows. Rift Herald might just not be able to reach the turret. Yup, and it will fall down. So Rift Herald kind of wasted mid lane.
These mid laners want blood, and yes, that was a wasted Herald. I don't think it was a very smart idea, dropping the Herald there. But you know, it's okay. Just continue, look for the future, and make sure that you have plans and you know what your team wants to do to take down the next few objectives. Now, you did point out that there is 2 dragons for Elixir, and it will have to be 4 for Deimos Force to capitalize on the soul buff. Now, looking across the board, it is 7-3, but a very small goal difference, which, you know, it definitely still is playable. It's not like a huge, insane lead, but Elixir cannot underestimate Deimos Force at this point. And we see that Silas has quite a number of items to build. I think he's sitting on a lot of gold. No, he's only sitting on 700 gold, but he struggles to complete one item currently because he did go for those boots. But we see Kane engaging onto Bishi with that smite and all the abilities thrown onto him. Bishi is extremely squishy, only building Emma. Is he going to make it out alive? Forest wants Bishi's blood, and here comes Termi for the follow-up. Bishi drops the ulti, and so does Termi. He picks that up. Wow, absolutely brilliant. Now, Silas is on a rampage, and this is just such a good placing, such a good rhythm for Deimos Force.
That was brilliantly played by Termi. Bishi, I would like to give props to him. That was a really nice try for him, trying to bait it out under the turret. And also, even though he's 0-3-0, he's bang even on the CS. He's kept himself pretty well without any jungle support coming in for him. So I'm really happy the way Bishi's playing this game. Even though he's 0-3-0, he's holding himself up top.
Yeah, we gotta remember that On is used as a tool to upgrade your teammates, to support your teammates. And it looks like Forrest is gonna catch out Black Infinity for stealing his camp. Like, where are you going? Why did you take my Krugs? And both the mid laners do drop the TP. Termi comes in with a follow-up, and that is Quixus with the bullet time. That's another kill for Termi. He is now unstoppable.
Okay, that's not ideal. The amount of kills going into...
Oh, and that was an engage by Rusty Panda. Oh, the flash and body slam onto Capcom. Exhaust this dropper. I don't think Rusty Panda is going to make it out alive. He does not. Here comes the follow-up TP when I kill Vango. The Mordekaiser ulties Kaka. He is going for blood, but Kane might not survive this. Captain picks up that kill for a double kill, and I kill Vango is still trying to kill Kaka, but he's going to get taunted when the ulti has finished, and that is going to be another kill. Oh, so much death across the board. Captain Cup, Uchiha clan manages to pick that up. Was that a 4-for-3? Yes, it was. But Kermi is still picking up the kills. Is he going to take a tower? No, he is not. But Bishi is going to take this time to put a little bit of damage onto that top tower, trying to, exert as much pressure as he can. Was that a loss for Deimos Force, or was that a gain for Elixir?
That was a gain for Elixir. I mean, Deimos Force could have played that fight much better. Ocean Drake is falling in another minute, which gives Elixir sort of priority on Ocean Drake. They did manage to get up in gold in that fight, and not to forget, Miss Fortune had both heal and flash up when she died. So that's something we don't really understand why. Even Forest had his flash up, and they still decide to not use any of their summoner spells. So that was something. It was a little dicey gameplay coming in from both sides.
Oh, and we see Hemi putting in the taunt, but Kaka was a little bit late to the party, but they're not going to pick up that fight. It might be too risky. The next dragon is coming up also in 20 seconds. So we will see a lot of map control around the bottom side of the map. They're going to look for this dragon. It is an ocean board, so the ocean soul is really good. It gives you the health regen. It just provides so much sustain, and I think it's really great for both teams. Anyone can benefit from this ocean soul, but Captain Kerr is ruthless with that poke onto Rusty Panda, and it looks like, oh, and here comes Bishi. He calls in the red. It will go on to IQ Bank with bad positioning. Black Infinity picks up that kill. Now that is a Rengar with a Dustblade. He did not complete his jungle item, but that's because he's Rengar. You can build items like this. You don't need your jungle item. And that is the Ocean Drake that will be started by Elixir, and Captain Kirk secures that third dragon for his team.
Now officially things start to look a little scary for Deimos Force. They are one soul away from their ocean. They're one Drake away from their ocean soul. The moment they get the motion soul, they get the boost in team fights, which means heavier sustain, which means Kaka sort of gets more mana, gets more sustain, and starts to become even scary at level 16 when Kassadin God mode unlocks. So DF, they can't afford to lose a single Baron right now, even though they are ahead right now. Single Dragon right now, I'm so sorry. Even though they are ahead right now, single Dragon could literally cost them the game, because it will just put way above.
Yes, and we see the Kim will engage on to Hemi, and the ulti was dropped by Kermi. He did take the on out, and that is going to be a pickup for Forest. Wow, Forest is really aggressive with this Kayn. He seems to be very comfortable on this champion. He knows that he's up against a very decent opponent, and that's Black Infinity. He may not have as many assists or participation in kills, but Black Infinity still has his creep score very much up there. Looking at the levels, it's pretty even. Kaka is actually, even though he didn't get the push that he needs, we can see that his experience is really paying off. He's taking it slow and steady, because he will scale much better into that late game. Now, talking about the dragons, it's very important for Deimos Force to start picking up the dragons from now on, because they let one more slip away, and that's going to be an easy soul for Elixir. And that was the macro that Elixir showed. That's really, it's perfection. I feel that is something that you want to accomplish as a team of fives, and that is going for dragon as it's so heavy. A lot of it weighs on those souls, because it gives you free stats. Because why not? Kirk had to randomly pop that heal. He was just a little bit too, overextended. He saw Rusty Panda along with Forest just coming for him. He saw his life flash before his eyes. I'm gonna be careful over there. And right now, at this point in the game, with not much of a difference, the goal difference is not much, but Deimos Force does have the better map control, considering that they do have 2 towers taken. It's going to come down to the team fights. Oh, and that's a pause. So let's just recap a little bit. We're talking about how team fights are going to come into play right now. What do you think might be the plans for Elixir, now that they are the ones that are probably running a little short behind?
Okay, Elixir scales pretty well. They have Kirk on Aphelios that scales massively. They have Kaka on Kassadin, who at level 16 just becomes a massive beast, a true annoyance to deal with. So the later the game goes, Elixir kind of benefits from it, and they have 3 dragons to sort of support that late game as well. So things are not looking as bad for Elixir as we think, because of the pure scoreline. But at the same time, On the other side, you have Termi, who's very fed on that Silas. You have Forrest, who's been playing very detrimental on the Kane. He's 1-9, and he's very ahead as well. Crixus has his fair shares of kill as well. He's had his misplays, but misfortune with those sort of items is scary. And Rusty, he's just having a really brilliant game. The only worry I see for Elixir majorly is Hammy. Hammy's having a
A
not so
summoner
good
has
game this time.
disconnected.
He's been caught thrice already in this game, out of positions, places where he shouldn't have been, things he shouldn't have done, and it's just important for him to pick himself up from this point and sort of not make that mistakes. And it's still very winnable for Elixir.
I completely agree. And now we are back into the game. Oh, this is great. Remember, guys, this is a best of three, and we are on to the first game, so it's really exhilarating. And speaking about, both the carry picks on both sides, Kaka is, he has his Sarah's. Oh, that is going to be a very sneaky engage onto Tummy and he dies. Forrest, is he going to make it out alive? Yes, he is. But that was a little bit of... I don't think Tummy saw that coming. And you got to be careful with Black Infinity. He seems to be hiding in bushes at all the right time. Like, even in the semi-finals, like, why is Black Infinity everywhere? And that is a legit question. Because he's everywhere. And that just shows consistency. He knows what's going to happen. It's almost like he can foresee threats, but of course he can't be there at all times. Great pickup, great shutdown gold as well for Kassadin. So Kaka just picked up that huge shutdown gold. He's going to be a monster. And that was a little tickle from Van Gogh onto Kirk, showing who's boss. And, Baron is up now. No more Rift Heralds. We didn't really see much Rift Herald utilization this game. And it looks like the teams, coming back from a pause, they always seem a little disoriented, but it looks like they're going to give each other a little bit of space and look for the next objective. Now, what do you think these teams are going to fight for? Are they just going to wait for their next dragon coming up in a minute?
Oh, most definitely, they have to contest the next dragon. It's very important for both sides. One side gets the soul, the other side sort of gets into deep trouble if Elixir does end up getting the soul. And as we see, the gold is almost bang even. So, and plus we are going into the late game stages. So, definitely Elixir is starting to get a little more scary than what they are. Black Infi, he has his decent items, but at the same time, the enemy team also has their set of items. So now we are really going into the team fighting stage. Dragon is definitely the next play. What are your thoughts? If there's a team fight, who do you think will come on top this time?
Oh, I feel it depends on who starts the dragon, and we will soon see this. Remember, the Ocean Drake does slow you with its attacks, so it can provide actually a lot of CC. So let's see how both these teams play. And Rusty Panda with that flash body slam, it's also going to be a flash for Hemi. Is he going to be able to taunt Van Gogh? Yes, he does. The mace comes out. What is happening? A fight is going to break out. Van Gogh drops the Zonias. Thrill of the hunt. Where is Rengar going to jump? The On's ulti is dropped, and there massive fights. The Galio out, all of these out, and Rengar gets a shutdown onto Crixus. Where is the carry for Deimos Force? 2 carries are down from Deimos Force. All 5 are still alive from Elixir, and that is just going to be a wombo combo. Look at Captain Cook, boomerangs to the back, and that is Forrest dead. Only Rusty Panda, the support, is alive. A 4 for 2, but extremely worth. That is Captain Cook. Now Rengar absolutely took out Crixus. That is who you have to be careful of. Never mind that he's dead, but when you do not have your carries to dish out damage, you're not going to win the team fights. And we saw Captain Cook just free hitting with that Infinity Edge and Runans, just too much damage for Deimos Force to deal with.
See, that's what I was saying. Even though Itmam was 1,000 gold ahead of on late game just offers so much with the upgrades coming in, and sure his just ulti itself makes him viable in team fights. Black Infi sort of gave his focus to bot lane, and that's paying off really well. Kirk has his items. He's dealing out a lot of damage. As we saw, he just dished out insane amounts of damage. Kaka is getting online. He's level 15. He has his items completed, and again, he's doing massive burst damage. So this is the point from where Elixir scaling has finally started to come in. Now Elixir looks really scary. Even though they were behind, it was always looking like they would scale, and this is now starting to look very scary. I don't know what Deimos Force has in plan, but they really need to do something about Kirk in the team fights.
Oh, and there's a little bit of a pause, but not to worry, guys. Yeah, I agree with what you say. Like Captain Kirk. Now he's gonna be a monster to deal with, and Deimos Force has to really rethink their plan and be careful because, it's all okay for the Gragas to engage, but when you leave your MF open, it's not going to be good. I feel that the Gragas should utilize his ulti to make sure that it's safe to displace that Rengar and to keep Quixus alive, or else what's the point in having an AD carry? Rengar just deletes them out of the game. And I feel that Mordekaiser can definitely have more calculated engages as well. And if Deimos Force continues to make mistakes, it's not going to look very bright because now they're at the edge of their seats. The Ocean Soul is over to Elixir. They're strong. They're really strong now, and it's going to be the contest for Baron. And I think this is pretty much going to make or break it. I mean, we're 25 minutes into the game, but dying at this point with the death timers, you can lose at least about 2 towers and even your inhibitor.
That's very true. I don't think any team would be starting a Baron without actually getting a pick off. So it's really important at this point to not be caught in a position you don't want to be. Getting a pick off for either team means a guaranteed Baron almost at this point. So both teams need to play carefully. The game has started to slow down a bit. On does upgrade that Infinity Edge on Captain Kirk, which would make Aphelios really strong. And Kaka is almost 16. And with that, Rengar's Yomu's Ghost Blade also has been upgraded by On. This is the amount of value I was talking about. On brings in so much value, upgrading your items late game, which makes you really strong late game.
Exactly. They left the On. I mean, you got a few ganks, but I don't think Mordekaiser utilized his lead to the fullest in this game. He couldn't find the opportunity to, but that is just Bishi was just farming. They created space for that On. Now he is level 15. He can upgrade his own items at level 13 and 14, 15. He's handed that over to Rengar and Aphelios. Now these two with the extra damage on their Yomus and Infinity Edge. Oh, that's gonna be tough to deal with. And it is the late game right now. Kassadin, Aphelios have both scaled very nicely, and Rengar does a substantial amount of damage. As for Deimos Force, they still have Silas that he does do a lot of damage too. And if MF is safe and does a really good bullet time, that's gonna be painful too. So it is very neck and neck. Only about a 2k gold difference. It's still pretty much anyone's game, but we have to keep in mind that the Ocean Soul makes Elixir a tad bit stronger. Yeah. So it really comes down to the opportunities that both teams find. Looking at the CS across the board, we can also see that Elixir definitely comes up at the top, definitely players with very good mechanics and just overall a good skill set.
Ooh, that's a two-man Baron going on. Nobody knows this is happening. It's a very sneaky Baron. If they manage to pull it off, it'll be insane because Forest has no idea. There is no vision there, and these guys are trying to hold it off pretty well. It's a really cheap strategy, but it seems to be working quite well. Black Infinity is right there, and they will get a Baron. Oh my god, so much damage. Dropped down by Kaka on Termi. That is the level 16 burst I talked about. Termi does get a fair trade in, but Kaka with his ulti will be able to run away. And that Baron, oh my god, what are your thoughts on that, Apollonia?
Oh, that was such an Elixir. Elixir is always so good with their objective calls, And the way that they did that Baron, they were just like, alright, you've got a Molten Edge, and you have a Yomu's Wraith Blade. So that are the names of the upgraded items. And they took that, used it in a way that most people wouldn't, and just did a two-man Baron. While the rest of the team distracted Deimos Force in the middle lane. Brilliant gameplay, brilliant macro. That is how you win games and get yourself a hit, guys. It is absolutely unpredictable. I didn't foresee that coming. And you see now Kaka just split pushing a side lane. He has the TP. He's gonna go in all ham onto Vango. Drops that Zonias. Is that gonna help you? The Bumblebee emote. And that is a kill going over to Kaka. There's a 2-level discrepancy. That Kassadin is something that's gonna be a nightmare to deal with.
I mean, that's what I was talking about. Kassadin at level 16 has a huge power spike. Meanwhile, we look at the Death Brush. Termi does overstep, takes in a lot of damage. Oh my god, will just miss the ulti by a bit. On does landed and Bishi will snipe it. Kirk misses the snipe. Bishi is like, nope, I've been playing Valorant. I'm a better sniper than you. Let me show you my skills. And Bishi snipes it with the AWP. With that, they will push the inhibitor target. Going in on Crixus, he will land a knock-up. That's a brilliant disengage coming in from Rusty. Bishi is too deep. He's taking in a lot of damage, but he's tanky at the same time. And Elixir is just pushing turrets while these guys are tunneling on Bishi. It's not ideal. I don't know what's happening. Kaka takes in a lot of damage. He will try and collapse on Crixus, but Kaka is caught in a position. He is able to run out of that. Captain Kirk is still there. Rusty Panda goes on to him. Crixus will die. He was really ahead at very low HP. Black Infinity will also fall down. But Captain Kirk, he's going in unchecked. He's just dealing damage. He's mad on that Aphelios. Now they shift their focus to Itmam. Termi coming in, however, he will steal the ulti on Captain Kirk. And I think Captain Kirk will die. Oh, nope! Oh my god, Kirk kites everybody and he will kill everybody! And that is game, set, match for Elixir. Captain Kirk, are you serious? This is not a pub game. You're not allowed to do that. Holy shit!
Oh my goodness, we were absolutely losing it, and that is how you play an Aphelios in a competitive game. Ladies and gentlemen, the first game goes over to Elixir, and GG well played to Deimos Force. Now, I think this game is a very good example of how, if the early game isn't working for you, scale to the late game, have that team communication, understand what are your strong points and your power spikes, and then play to that advantage. That is exactly what Elixir did, and it was brilliant to watch. Now, this is an extremely spicy finals. It was close for Deimos Force, but not quite enough for them. Let's get back to the drawing boards, and we'll be back very shortly with Game 2. Stay tuned, guys.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. UltraGear gaming monitor. Numerous forces aimed at the Earth.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to the South Asia Championship League powered by LG UltraGear. My name is Apollonia. I am one of your casters today, and with me, it's not Ovi, it's the one and only Loki.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm sorry to all our disappointed viewers. I am not Karan, I am Vish. I hope that's all right with you guys. But going into this game, game two, Deimos Force versus Elixir. Who do you think is going to take this game, Apollonia?
All right, so we have Deimos Force on the blue side again, and we have Elixir on the red side. Now, it was a very explosive first game. We saw a losing situation turn into a winning one for Elixir, and they did manage to get that first game under their belt. Now, this is a best of three for the finals. We are on to the second game, so it's basically do or die. They have to win this. Deimos Force needs to win to stay in this competition. And to basically win it all, Elixir has to grab this one. Now, we're in the pick and ban phase, champion select. The bans, very targeted, something we've gone on about. We know Deimos Force is banning that Pantheon because Black Infinity is an absolute beast on that champion. Senna, because Captain Kirk, good with that. They Elixir has a whole lot of strategy with that, and the Kane, they don't want Black Infinity to scale on that. And for the other side, Trundle, Brom, and Yasuo, targeted bans, they just don't want to deal with it. Elixir knows what they don't want, and that's pretty much it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. So looking at the first pick, second pick, what is your views on this now, starting for Deimos Force and Elixir?
They're going with similar picks as last time. Aphelios is being heavily prioritized by Deimos Force this time. They have taken Galio, and that could be flexed into the mid lane. I mean, we all know Kaka's one-trick phase of playing Galio mid. So it's a really good champ on Elixir size. I mean, they can flex it to the support. They can keep it mid as well. Depending upon what Deimos Force picks. However, I'm surprised the Kassadin ban didn't come out on DF side because they had a lot of trouble dealing with Kassadin early game, and he was just given time to just scale up and become level 16, and then DF just couldn't deal with that at all. But I don't know if Elixir are gonna pick it. I mean, they have a really, from the 3 picks they've taken so far, they have a really wombo combo kind of comp here. Ornn obviously is going to go to Bishi. That's all I've seen him play. Galio, Jarvan 4. This team just tells me that they want a team fight. They want to play for dragons. They want to play for objectives, and we're just going to see how DF is going to be able to deal with that.
Yeah, I really agree. So the Aphelios is going to go over to the side of Deimos Force. Now, we saw Captain Kirk pull off a very explosive performance with the Aphelios pick in the last game. So now I guess it's Crix's time to shine. And hopefully, Deimos Force, they build a composition where they can better deal with flanks and the hard engages that Elixir likes to pull off. So overall, both sides, looking at the first three picks, team fight oriented, strong, and we'll get into it later in a bit. But now we're on to the second ban phase, so the Yuumi ban and the Sejuani ban. Now, I think these bans are going to be very directed to what is going to stop their composition. Now, banning out the Yuumi, they don't, Deimos Force, they don't want to deal with that heavy amount of CC. And for Elixir, they don't want Sejuani and Lissandra because that could just basically lock them down and stop the full-on engage potential that they want with the first 3 picks that they did take out. And we see the last Kassadin ban coming out from Deimos Force. That was what you mentioned, Vish. The Kassadin, Kaka on that, he had so much patience, he farmed. Kaka knew what the limitations and when the power spike of Kassadin would truly hit. He started to show off and just completely obliterate his opponents once he hit level 16, which is a great sign of the amount of experience that Kaka does have. And we see that second phase, first pick, Ezreal. Wow, Captain Kirk on that Ezreal. We know that Cap Kirk loves himself some Ezreal, and he can put in the max amount of damage that, Ezreal can do, because he's a bit slower when it comes to putting in the damage until he gets the items that he needs.
Of course, and for ADC, you don't really have a big champ pool. You either have Aphelios, Ezreal, and Varus. I'm surprised Varus is not really prioritized in the finals at all. They've put higher priority on Aphelios and Ezreal and even Senna. but it's whatever they feel comfortable with. Azir and Zach being picked up here. Coming back to DF's team composition, I don't really like the Thresh. I mean, they have picked Galio. I think they could just, pick Kench or Brahma's Band. Yeah, but I think they could just pick Kench and, just save the Aphelios because he is going to be putting a lot of damage in these team fights. But they decided to go with Thresh. I guess Rusty Panda is pretty comfortable on Thresh and he knows how to play it. And will we see a Kiana coming out for Kaka over here? This looks pretty interesting. He does 4 seconds left. Is he gonna lock it in now? Azir being picked up by Termi. Oh, no, we're gonna have a boring matchup mid lane. Unfortunate.
All right, so it's Orianna. Okay, this is the first for me with Elixir. Now they have very safe picks. It's very different to how they've drafted in the past. Now Captain Kirk with Ezreal, and I think that's gonna be way. No, that's a troll. Kaka is not playing on, and Bishi is not playing Orianna. But let's just see if that is going to be the case. But let's just talk about Deimos Force for the time being. Now, Forest on that Zac early gank potential is definitely there. I feel that they do lack a little bit of CC coming out from the top mid side. So the way that Deimos Force has to play around in the early game, now CC is everything in the early game, if you think about it. Like you're able to get those catches, those ganks off, and just basically that early push. Now Forrest has to be able to utilize that Zac to give his Mordekaiser and Azir an easier time scaling into the late game, because Deimos Force is way more scaly than what Elixir is pulling off, especially with the Orianna, Ezreal, on J4, Galio. These are such early to mid-game champs, and they could absolutely dominate it if they wanted to. Deimos Force has to play like how Elixir played before. Know when your spike is, and then come in with the team fights and just obliterate the team. What are your thoughts on the compositions?
Composition wise, I feel that they're kind of even. I mean, two of the best ADCs in the current meta are being picked right now: Aphelios, Ezreal. I'm not really happy with the support pick on DF side. I think Ken should have been so much better. Thresh, however, is just a very good champ all around. It has disengage, it has engage, it can do a lot more. But into the Galio support, I would honestly prefer Kench, but whatever. This guy's better than me, right? But anyway, going. I think Jarvan will have a lot of pressure early game. I think he's gonna try. He has to kind of bully the Zac out early game. Zac early game is not the best. He doesn't have the best clears. He does have really good gank potential with his E, but other than that, jungling wise, Zac is not that good. J4 will have the advantage over there, and he needs to kind of push his advantage. So this game is going to be focused a lot around the junglers. I think almost all of the other lanes are going to be quite similar or quite even. Mordekaiser versus Ornn is going to be pretty stale. Azir versus Orianna, it's again pretty stale. And bot lane as well. Bot lane, there could be potentially be some fights and some interesting things that might happen. But overall, I think the early game is going to be completely dependent on these two junglers here.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with you. I think it's very dependent as well on the junglers. Zac and Jarvan 4. Now, we see Forest and Black Infinity, both these junglers play something that's way more damagey. Like, there's more damage. They pack more of a punch. But now it's kind of like they've taken a back seat and they're going on tankier roles. So that is going to be a switch up in gameplay and very, surprising to see, and also intriguing, I feel.
That's very true. And even like the last game we saw Kane versus Rengar, both very early
Yes.
game assassin type of junglers. And even though we had in the beginning we had DF like completely win his game, DF Force completely win their lanes for the majority of the early game. We just saw Black Infinity with just much better jungle control. I mean, he was able to get the rift, he was able to secure all the dragons and stuff. So let's see if he can try to have the same game plan this game as well. Focus on those objectives, focus on getting vision around those objectives, and just overall being set up and in a position to be there at these objective timers before DF can.
Yeah, yes, exactly. I agree with you. And oh, it looks like we are now moving from the spectator delay into the loading screen. Remember, guys, you are watching the South Asia Championship League powered by LG UltraGear. We are in the finals. It's a best of three. The first game was won by Elixir, and now the second game is for DF to try to continue and having a chance to win, or it's just going to be a clean sweep for Elixir. Now, looking at the keystones, all right, Azir with the lethal tempo. Now, Termi with the Azir, I haven't seen much of it, but Termi is just known to be, a relatively safe mid laner. He can get a lead and whatnot, but now he was on Silas the last game, and that was way more early mid game oriented. Now it's on Azir, which is more mid to late game. So we're gonna see how he fares on this champion. And Kaka with the Orianna now. Kaka has always been playing things that were very roam heavy. Now Orianna, yes, she can roam, but it's not as mobile. And Kaka has also chosen not to take teleport this time. So there's only going to be one teleport for the side of Elixir and still two for Deimos Force. Now, how do you feel about the fact that it's such a team fighting comp for Elixir? They didn't choose the two teleports, but that would mean that in the mid to late game they would stick more and give up their side lanes potentially.
And yeah, because Kaka not taking TP, they really won't have bot lane priority. DF has 2 TP, so they're obviously gonna, and they also have Thresh, and they're just gonna be looking to play way more aggressive bot side. Whereas Elixir is just gonna be looking towards to just farm and just set up for objectives.
Oh yeah, I think that's exactly what they're gonna go for. And we are now in the game. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of a pause, which is standard. But oh wow, they have some quick fingers with their items. So looking at both junglers, I think that they might start from the top side, or even if they do start from the bottom side, the junglers are going to path towards the bot lane. They definitely want to go and get an early gank off of the bot lane to give both their carries a little bit of a lead. Now, Rusty Panda on that Thresh pick, he is really good with engagers, like champions that have very high engage potential. So this Thresh is a kind of a little bit of like a first for me to see in the finals from Rusty Panda, and I'm looking forward to it. Usually I see a Blitzcrank, a Nautilus, and he, if I'm not wrong, he also played a Yuumi. Was it Rusty Panda that played a Yuumi? Not too sure, my memory is kind of bad. But now we're in the game, it's starting, we see everybody is running to their battle positions.
Yeah, and what's going to be really interesting is if Elixir wants to do a level 1. I mean, both teams have decent level 1, and however, I don't feel in a finals and in a game like this, I don't think both of these teams are going to go for a risky level 1. They're just going to be playing extremely standard. And we can just see that from both teams. I mean, they have a standard holding position from both sides, and none of these junglers really look like they're going to make a very impactful level 1.
Yeah, and oh, okay, another pause. Not to worry, but
Don't you just love these pauses?
they're very random. They come out of nowhere, and I never ever expect them, even though they happen pretty frequently.
Indeed. And the best part is when in the middle of a team fight and some guy DCs and then just pauses the game, and you're like, okay, we're in the middle of a team fight here, but why not just pause the game, right?
Yeah, and looking at the picks, right? You see, tell me on this Azir, he's gonna be kind of vulnerable in the early game, but with the Javan4 and Orianna pick, do they actually have what it takes to close down on these kills? The thing is that both teams are so safe with their picks, they don't dish out a ton of damage in the early game. So it really depends on who engages first, the positioning. Are they going to be able to put the max amount of damage in with, the right skill rotation? And that is going to be an early ward dropped for Deimos Force and a smack on Bishi from Van Gogh. Not happy to see Bishi there at all.
Yeah, of course, and both top laners are just going to meet each other near the jungle. Mordekaiser is going to slap Ornn. Ornn's going to back. He's going to come back to lane. And, they're just going to end up in a wet noodle battle pretty much.
It's for
Oh, we got some level 1 coming up here. Oh, they're gonna spot Thresh out. They do. Can Galio get it? Oh, no, Thresh is gonna have to preemptive flash. No flash for Thresh right now. That's gonna be down for the next 5 minutes. And, ooh, very good invade coming out from Elixir right now. The late red buff invade really did help burn Thresh's flash over here. And now they're gonna take the red buff right now. Zach is starting his blue buff right now. I don't know why he didn't start red. I think that would have been much more beneficial. But now, because Black Infinity decided to do this invade and start red buff, bot lane on DF side's side is going to have to play a little bit back. Oh, and we have a level 2 coming out from Black Infinity. That's what happens when you take a early level 2 red buff. You have the option of ganking bot or mid lane, and he decided to go mid, and now that's Termi's flash also down.
Ooh. I think that was really good pathing by Black Infinity. You just cannot outsmart him. He picks the red, goes for an early gank, gets the flash out of Termi. There's 2 flashes burned in less than 2 minutes from Deimos Force, and then secures his red. So I think for us it is put behind a little bit. Ooh, Vango very aggressive on Bishi. Oh, Bishi has been playing against these Mordekaiser matchups, and I think this is the 3rd game for him and on into the... What is happening, Vin?
Oh, Hook's coming out. Oh, it's going to be a fight right here. Ezreal taking a lot of damage, but Ophelia was able to give back a little bit more damage, and Thresh also taking a lot of damage over there, so that Hook really didn't do much, but just, took a little bit of damage off either side. We can go and see the... Black Infinity pathing bot lane right now. Is he going to have another early gank? I don't think DF is expecting it right now, are they? Nope, there's no ward right there. He's going to pop out of nowhere. Here comes the flash. Exhaust is going to go down. Thresh is going to go down. First Blood is going to go on to Ezreal. He's going to have enough gold to buy a tier right now. Now let's see what they want to do with this wave. Do they want to push it? Do they want to freeze it? What do they want to do? I think...
Wow. So Black Infinity path from the enemy's red to his own red and to his own blue and pulled off that gank. I don't think Rusty Panda and Crixus saw that coming at all. Now he's giving up a lot of potential farm, but it worked out for some reason, and that's just brilliant.
Exactly, and this is what I said in Champion Select as well. Like, with that J4 pick, you are a lot stronger than your enemy Zac right now, and you have to make yourself impactful. So far, he's taken Zac's red, he's taken his own red, he's triple buffed Zac right now, he's also ganked 2 lanes, burned Thresh's and Azir's flash. He's also got a kill on bot lane for his AD carry, so that could speed up the tier. And now he's got both Scuttle Crab control, and he has and he's ganked top lane as well. Is he gonna get the kill onto Mordekaiser? Mordekaiser should not flash this. There's nowhere for him to go, but he does instead, and that is, oh my god, this guy's done so much early game.
That is some real big alpha gameplay by Black Infinity right there. Like, he really understands how to jungle in a 5v5 situation, because it's different to solo queue, and we can see that Black Infinity is most definitely a team player. Now the hook does not land for Rusty Panda there, but speaking about Elixir, I feel that a lot of their success definitely comes from the jungler. Now, Deimos Force, we know that the brothers Termi and Crixus have a lot of potential in carrying. And that, what was that?
Well, Hexa Flash coming out from Galio right now. It's gonna get a little bit of damage onto Crixus. Hook's gonna go land on a minion. I don't think any hook has been landed this game, to be honest, except for that early one onto Ezreal.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that Hex Flash was unexpected. I think, right now, if I was, on the side of Deimos Force, I'd be highly confused and also have to make sure that I do respect Elixir as a team.
Oh, we might be having a small invade over here. Kaka is going to take the small raptors off of Forest. I feel bad for this guy. He's already starving in his jungle, and his mid laner was just not there to back him up. I mean, this feels really bad to be Forest right here.
Yes, picking a very a mid laner that has a lot of mobility. Like, I do feel that Orianna has the early game advantage over Azir. And, Kaka with the game sense, just taking those raptors away from Forest. That's You're right. It's a jungler's nightmare.
Exactly. 1.3k gold lead at 5 minutes or 6 minutes in, sorry, and you know, this is just insane. I mean, all this entire gold lead is because of Jarvan. I mean, they've been playing this early game. They've literally, like, you know, on paper just planned out this early game. They're like, late invade on red, gank either bot or mid, go to my red, take my blue, another gank, and then both scuttle control. And, you know, I think Forrest is completely kind of out of this game, but he looks like he's gonna fight right now. He's charging up his E. He does go in. J4 is there right now. We have a small fight here. Ezreal coming really late. Hook's gonna go out here. Rusty Panda forced to flash right now. Black Infinity is gonna flash and pick that one up. TP comes out from Termi. Here he comes. Is he gonna get a kill? Shockwave's gonna go down. It's gonna potentially save Black Infinity over there. Azrael's gonna come down as well. Termi gets the kill onto Galio. There's a double kill on Kirk right now. Now here comes Mordekaiser in the Realm Warp. He's gonna pick up a kill. Yes, he does. There's a 1v2 right now for Mordekaiser. Doesn't look like he's gonna survive, and Kaka is gonna take 2 kills off that fight. What is happening here, Apo?
Oh, that was a very good team fight for Elixir. Now, just look at the board. 3 members have shut down goal on their head. And that was a 5 for virtually 2? 1?
Yeah, 5 for 2, yeah.
For 2, right? Yeah, and that's just... it's such a good start for Elixir. Now they're going to take that and translate it into the mid game. Now, once they group up as a team, the damage is going to be insane. They got this early push. They will have their items. And I think the double Dorans was really smart of Kaka to pick up, because he just had better sustain in lane. He could stay there as opposed to Termi with that TP. And there's just damage lacking from the side of Deimos Force in the early game. They've got to wait this out. They have to hit the spike once they scale harder into the late game. And this aggression onto BG by Vango. He is mad and he wants blood.
Exactly. I think these top laners have just been so, you know, irrelevant throughout this entire early game that, you know, they just really they want to make an impact right here. I mean, I kill Vango. He has the better pick into this matchup. He wants to do something. He wants to get some sort of pressure down. He's got a ward over there, and, you know, he's secured vision on this Rift Herald right now. They, however, don't know where Jarvan is at the moment. I mean, he could be anywhere. He seems to be bot. Ooh, he's gonna get spotted out on a ward, and now. Yeah, this is not good. He actually walks past the ward right now. He is channeling a recall right now. They do have vision of Jarvan right now. Meanwhile, Tariq's entire topside jungle is up. Let's see what he prioritizes. No, he's gonna stay. Channels a recall bottom lane.
Yes, and the first dragon did go over to Elixir, so that's just really great dragon control from them. It is going to be a 3v3 situation in the bot lane, and
we're going to have the flash over here. Here comes Forrest right now. They're going to kill Rusty Panda, and I don't think it's going to matter. Galio's taking a lot of damage here. He is going to go down right now. Can they get another kill in return? Captain Cook does not have any summoners up. Mid lane has roamed up. Orianna is here. Meanwhile, Termi is right behind them. Are they going to go for the dive? They're sitting in a time warp right now. J4's taking a lot of damage. That Ophelio playing around with his guns, he's taking a lot of damage. Can Termi make a hero play right now? He doesn't look like he's going to. He just walks in the lane. I don't think he had proper vision of Elixir right now. Elixir over there. But yeah, it's just going to be a 1-for-1 at the end of the day, I guess. Oh no, it wasn't a 1-for-1. It was a... Was it a 1-for-1? Yeah, I think it was a 1-for-1.
Yeah, it was a 1-for-1. So, you know, that bot dive, I don't think they're quite tanky enough to do that, but it was good that Deimos Force saw it coming, and they did manage to kind of stop that a little bit, you know, negate any more leads for Elixir. Now, Ezreal has his Manamune, and Captain Kirk is just going to have a great time. He got it under 10 minutes.
Exactly. He got the
stack. Oh.
He's got the Manamune, you know, he's already stacked quite a bit on it. He has 225 out of 750. He could easily get 750 stacks within the next 5-6 minutes. We have a gank over there in mid lane. Termi forced to flash away. He's been using his flashes a lot just to survive in this lane matchup right now. The Jarvan just exerting so much pressure over through this mid game. They've given Ezreal a free lane right now. Galio is just going to be a little bit intimidating right now. They want to set up for the Rift Herald, and they don't even need Ezreal for this Rift Herald. It's just a free objective for them with a 3k gold lead. Elixir doing wonders here this game.
And it's a really safe play because for Hammy to be able to roam and leave his Ezreal in the bot lane, Ezreal has a gap closer. He also has his heal up. Flash is gonna come up very soon, and we know Captain
Oh,
Kirk will be
Forrest
safe
looks
here
like
in
he's
the
in
one.
trouble right here. He's gonna jump out. He does get taunted. Here comes J4. He's gonna have to flash away. And yep, Forrest flash is gone as well. Like, what can you do as Demon's Force right now? All your flashes are down. You're shit scared of the Jarvan and Galio combo. And now Mordekaiser looks like he's gonna get dove right now. Vishy needs to push in the lane right now. Does push in the lane. Here comes the Ornn ulti. Good job Mordekaiser taking the lane away, but here comes Jarvan, here comes Cataclysm, and Vishy is gonna take the kill on I Kill Van Gogh and Demon's Force. What can you do here, literally?
A brilliant rotation. Now this is what we call macro play. Pick up the Herald. The support was not needed at bot lane. Captain Kirk stays safe. That was a 3-man gank into the top lane. All of that goal is going to be translated to that Orianna on Galio and the J4. So that's 4 people that benefit off of the Herald. Gold is spread all around, and we can see a 4k gold lead at 12 minutes in the game. Now, wow, this plan from Elixir is really paying off, and Deimos Force has to answer with better macro play. But shutting Forest out so early in the game, not able to get his camps or these ganks off, it's just unfortunate. But it looks like Forest will try to look for an opportunity here.
Yeah, look for a counter jungle opportunity. Black Infinity has used Smite on this golem. Force just staying in the bush. I don't know what he plans on doing right here. Okay, they look like they've caught up Black Infinity, but he's just gonna EQ away. See you later, boys. You ain't catching me anytime soon. Control 6 is out. There's my boy Black Infinity telling the enemy team that he's better. Better jungle wins.
I felt that Forest should have waited for the EQ combo and then engaged along with the ultimate to push the J4 back like a mini insect play. But, it's easier to watch and advise what to do than actually play the game with the pressure. Oh, and
Of course, here comes the hook right onto Ornn right now. Shockwave's gonna catch 3 people. Forrest trying to disrupt the back line, but no. Jeremy's gonna drop down to Kaka right now. Here comes Aphelios being a big man, flashing over, getting the shutdown onto Jarvan. Now here comes Kirk saying, you can be a big man, I can be a big man as well. But is he gonna pay for it? No, he slips out with just a sliver of HP. Here comes Forrest. He wants to get 1 kill in this game, or maybe his 2nd kill of this game. Mordekaiser over there trying to put Galio into Death's Whelp right now, but I don't think he's going to be able to pick up the kill. Oh no, he should be able to pick up the kill. Lantern is probably going to take him to safety. Yes, he does. Mordekaiser gets nothing out of this. Yeah, this game just does not look like it's in Deimos Force's favor, and we have Vishy coming out with the ulti. Ooh, Hammy just small ints right there. Vishy ints there as well. Kirk ints right there as well.
Oh, Tommy!
Tommy gets a kill as well. That was an insane fiesta, holy moly. It was such a close team fight, and everybody was just super bloodthirsty for each other, and everybody wanted to get kills, and oh lord.
That was just mayhem, and now because Deimos Force managed to turn a losing situation into a somewhat winning one, still a 4k goal difference, but they are going to pick up this dragon for themselves, and they will set Elixir 1 dragon behind. Now the Infernal Blazers, it is going to be an infernal arena. Now this is
Indeed.
exciting. Because
Extremely exciting.
The Infernal Soul is going to be everything this game. We're going to be able to actually visually see the benefits of the Infernal Soul.
Yeah, and if we go back to that play where everybody just like lost their brain right there, I'm pretty sure there was some Paytm cash payment involved. When we saw Kirk and Black and everybody just inting right there. However, because of that int, they were able to give up Ocean Drake right now, and DF Force was able to take Ocean Drake, and now we're in another pause.
I mean, we can't expect absolute perfection from them, but it was funny to see them, just break out of their perfection and,
It's like, alright guys, 13 minutes, we've played absolutely perfect, we've, destroyed them, we've burned all their flashes and stuff, let's have a little bit of fun right here, guys, why not?
So there will be another pause coming out, and a very unfortunate situation. with all these DCs, but we'll get back into it very shortly. Now, let's talk about the items and gold difference. Kirk is absolutely at the top of the board right now. He has the most
Indeed.
amount of gold, and his items, building that ice bomb, which I think is a very smart option against this enemy team. When you do have picks that will jump right into you, and you need that extra bit of tankiness and CC from that Iceborne, that is when you do go Iceborne on Ezreal. If you are completely safe, your team can protect you, you can go for that Triforce and just deal way more damage, I feel. And Orianna with that Hextech GLP 800, good amount of utility. They are a team fighting composition, but they are also keeping in mind that, we have to build in a way that we can have sustained team fights against Deimos Force, because Azir and Aphelios, if they do manage to get ahead or get back into the game, get more of their items, they are going to be much better in prolonged fights, because that's just the nature of their champs.
Indeed so, and Demon Force, they did not have the very best early game, but with that small little fiesta we had in bot lane, they were able to come back and they were able to get a couple of kills. They got the dragon right now, and now, well, once the game becomes unpaused, we're gonna see Hammy over there trying to contest for this red buff all alone without his jungler. Jungler's just on opposite sides, just taking his own red buff probably. The game state looks pretty stale right now. We're probably going to enter into a very, I hope I jinx it, but we're going to enter into a very stale state of the game right now. We're just going to have to wait for other objectives to come, and finally, we unpaused the game. Or did we?
So, Bishi having to face a Mordekaiser 3 times in a row. For one in the semifinals and 2 now in the finals. I think he's gotten a hang of it. He's definitely maintaining his KDA, not dying as much. He understands how Mordekaiser and all what this matchup is going to do, and he knows that his sole purpose is to upgrade the items of his teammates, so he's got to scale, get those levels as well. And I want to see a little bit more impact from Vengo. It's kind of hard for him as well to pick out these kills in the team fights, because they aren't going very well. Now Rusty Panda has to think a little bit more about the setup.
He's fighting for Vision. Hook goes on to Galio right now. It's not going to achieve much, but just to let him know that, I know you've placed a ward here, and eventually when my sweeper comes up, I'm going to take it.
Ooh, Captain Kirk. Alright, so leaving Cap Kirk in bot is so safe for him. For Elixir, and it's a great option because Ezreal can do that in the side lanes. Now, Ezreal is going to keep farming. I'm guessing that's what Kirk's going to do until he gets his Iceborne, and probably maybe a Cutlass as well. It is good to identify what your power spikes are, and with the amount of lead that Elixir has, they can afford to go this way. And the next dragon, it's gonna still take a while till it comes up, but Forest is a flying blob, and that was just to instill dominance, like, Kaka, get out my lane.
Get out of my lane, don't touch my turret. You might have screwed me over early game, but I can still defend these turrets for the time being.
Exactly.
Sweeper's finally up, they're gonna go clear the ward. I don't know why he swept it, there was a pink ward on it, but whatever.
It's still
a ward's a ward.
I think he's pretty sure that Elixir is watching him. But the next hero will come up, and we can see Black Infinity fighting for that scuttle. It's amazing how he's so on point and on time with all these objectives. He is foregoing farm and going for team fights to get his team ahead, and that is trust. We have to see this from Deimos Force as well. Termi does only have a Ludens, not yet with the Nash's Tooth, but he is running Lethal Tempo, so he does have that attack speed that he needs. The Rift Herald will be started by Elixir, and I think it's pretty much going to go over to them. They can utilize this. This will be the second Herald that they will be able to secure in this game.
Yeah, of course, and you can just see on the side of blue team that they're just not going to contest this. They're not even going to try to contest this. I think they've realized right now that Herald is going to be used mid lane, and they're not going to be able to defend it anymore. They could, prep for this and try to force a fight when they drop Herald, but I don't know. Aphelios is walking down towards the mid lane right now. Zac is in the Raptor pit. They are sieging heavily for this turret. They haven't put the Rift Herald down yet, but you know, DF Force. Oh, they're gonna go for a play on the Kaka right now. Smite's on, and he's gonna pop his ghost. No, doesn't even need to pop his ghost. Kaka just playing so confidently in this lane. Like, you know, he's got 40 CS lead on his opponent. He knows he has the jungle whereabouts ever since 5 minutes into the game. He is just playing this lane with no fear.
Alright, and ooh, so much fights. Tommy has to flash out to safety. What is going on?
Kaka was just able to almost like kill Termi with a shockwave. Termi forcing the flash right now. And now, you know, this becomes a really big problem. You know, when you keep birding your opponent's flash every like every 5 minutes, they literally cannot use that to engage, and you always have priority in the team fights as well. So
I mean, is it a stretch to say like Elixir is actually planning this, like burn all the flashes, then let's come for a huge team fight because we know they have no flash, because that seems to be what's happening. Apart from that little funny skirmish in the bot lane and just dying, but overall, I'm pretty sure they're keeping tabs on these flashes and even the ultimates and how they have to engage. They even have very good vision. There's 3 vision wards on the board, and that's something we always see that comes out of Elixir. Even the inventory, the amount of wards that they're holding, it's just mad. The way that they're coordinating as a team, it's perfect in my opinion.
yeah, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, the next dragon will come out now in 5 seconds. The scuttle is there to be
I think DF should contest it. I mean, if they don't contest it, then you know they're just gonna like slowly dig their grave. I think they should really contest it right here.
Yes, and ooh, we see a little poke from Termi standing behind the wall. And what is going
Hook's
on?
gonna go down onto Bishi right there. Termi is gonna put his soldiers up. He's gonna take a lot of damage, forced to flash right now. Here comes Big Boy Kirk, is just gonna zone the jungler off it completely. And Inferno Dragon is gonna go to the side of LXR right now.
Ooh, and oh my gosh, the second dragon to Elixir, and that's gonna be an Inferno. You're gonna feel that 4% damage.
Hook's gonna go on. He catches Captain Kirk right now. He does have flashes away right now. Galio is over here. Here comes Zac going really deep into the backline. We know that Bishi does not have flash. Ooh, Captain Kirk is able to get a kill onto Zac, but his passive is up. Now Ezreal is in the death realm right now. I think he's just gonna kill Mordekaiser right now, but no, Mordekaiser survived. Termi's gonna go down. Here comes the shockwave. It's only getting to catch one person right now. Now J4 looks like he's in trouble right now. Is in the stasis right now. He's gonna go down. Baron is up. Where are the spam pings, baby?
Oh, whoa! No way!
Kaka was just able. Oh, Kaka's gonna try a 1v5 right now. Here comes Forrester right now, gonna channel his thing. Oh, he does have his ulti. Here comes Kaka trying to make a hero play right now, but no, shutdown gold is gonna go onto Termi. Thank you for the gold. PayPal you 1,500 rupees. And I just had to make the joke.
That was mad. Wow, so Deimos Force did manage to pick up a little bit of pace there. Brilliant hook by Rusty Panda.
Indeed.
Ezreal popped the arcane shift. It did not help. He had to burn the flash, and it just led to a huge engage. Now Galio did manage to survive. He left, recalled, but couldn't use his ultimate to try and, you know, get his team back from a losing situation into a winning one, and DF just collapsed onto them. Now, will DF be able to pull this off again? I hope so. So we have, you know, a very exhilarating finals, and
we have caster biases this game, guys. Apollonia wants DF Force to win, so we get a game 3, which is pretty fair.
I am hopeful for the ones that need hope, and I'm rooting for the ones that play a perfect game as well. Both teams are really showing out. I'm just here to talk about what they do.
Blue team is gonna need a lot more hope if they want to win this game, though.
Well, you know, never say never.
I'm sure. Meanwhile, Rift Herald is being used top. Termi's just gonna clear that right now. Baron, the next objective that is up. Kaka trying to zone his former best friend off that Baron right now. Just trying to get complete control over this Baron. They, however, do not have a control ward on this pit yet. Lane assignments have been assigned. Ezreal's going to stay in mid lane, just clear out the wave. Kaka's going to take a side lane because, you know, he's Kaka. And Bishi is going to go into the lane which is furthest from the team, which is bot lane, because he has TP.
Yes, furthest from the lane because he has PP. So yes, that's what top laners usually do, right? It's a 4-1 situation.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I'm playing League and my top laner has TP, I'm like, get away from me, man. Just go bot lane, stay away from me.
Alright guys, remember you are watching the South Asia Championship League. This is the finals. Who are we going to crown the champions? Is it going to be Elixir or is it going to be Deimos Force? Guys, do let us know in the comment section who you are supporting and who your favorite player is. Who do you like? Who are you impressed by? And let's have a conversation about it. Why not? So,
yeah, exactly. I think, personally, I'm most impressed by Black Infinity. I think this guy has been playing insane throughout this entire tournament.
Yes, I feel he's very consistent.
Of course, and he's been pulling off a lot of picks. I mean, I really like his style of how he plays. He's exactly what Kaka needs as a mid laner. I mean, he's been recycling junglers just like TSM, and I think he finally found the one.
Just a little bit of shade, Kaka. But you can see that both teams are definitely playing around the top side of the map because the Baron is up. But it just feels like these 5-minute dragons come back so quick. Like, why do they come back so quick? Time passes extremely fast, and it's gonna be 45 seconds to the next Infernal now. If Elixir takes this double Infernal, I think it's gonna be really hard for DF to come back. But if DF does get this, it actually puts them back in, because I think the goal difference is gonna, become significantly closer. Aphelios has 2 items, and so does Azir. Now, this is where the spike of Azir and Aphelios comes about. And the brothers, they're ready. I think they're absolutely ready. Oh, is that gonna land? No, it was not. But
Goes a bit wide. Infernal Dragon about to spawn right now. DF finally is here first. My client is a bit bugged.
not to worry, it's also happening to us. Just a few problems with the Garena server, but we will come back once everything stabilizes. It does happen. And I think we're on 44, 45, 46. Are we on the same page?
46, 47, 48. Yeah, I think so. I can speed it up a little bit.
Alright, okay.
Oh, we have a fight happening right here. Shockwave's gonna go down on 2 members right now. Here comes the Ezreal ulti. Black Infinity gonna go hard. He's gonna kill Mordekaiser right now. And we have the fight. Here comes the Galio ulti. Nobody from DF has died yet. Zach's passive is gonna be shot right now. Captain Kirk is gonna take Rusty Panda. My client is frozen again.
Oh, not to worry, everybody. So, the top laner, the jungler, and the support will go down from Deimos Force. And Elixir, they don't even lose a member. Now, that was a fight that was so well planned. Like, they did a bit of poke. And once Van Gogh was low on that Mordekaiser, J4 jumps in for the finishing blow, followed up by Hammy with that Galio ulti. And Crixus and Hermie just couldn't find the space to, hit them from the back line. They were just collapsed upon, but they did manage to come out. Of
course, and now we're gonna have the Baron coming out of Elixir right now. DF Force is gonna try to contest it. Shockwave goes on to Termi right now. He's gonna die with the Ezreal ulti. Kaka's in the death throne right now. Is gonna flash out. Very smart for him. Does pop the ghost as well, trying to maintain as much distance as possible. Black Infinity does save the Baron at the end of the day. No contest coming out of Zach right now. He's not even in the fight. He also takes down Thresh right now, and my client is just going absolutely insane, and I'm unable to cast the fight.
Not to worry, so Jungle 4 did secure the Baron. That is Baron going over to LXR. And 2 deaths on the side of Deimos Force, but they did manage to pick up a kill onto Kaka. So I think that's some great shutdown goal for Mordekaiser. He can pick up a few more items. Will this help? Not too sure, because of those 3 dragons that Elixir managed to get, 2 being Infernal. So there's going to be a lot of damage coming out from Elixir. Orianna's an absolute monster with the Rabadons, with the Hextech GLP 800, and also with that item Spellbinder. So we know that Orianna does a lot of damage. One shot wave, that is going to hurt. She provides utility, she provides damage. Overall, Elixir is in a really good spot, and I feel that the only way Deimos Force can come back from this is if they manage to make a catch. But right now, Rusty Panda, I feel might struggle on this Thresh pick because the collapse potential. Oh, Black Infinity jumps over the wall onto Rusty Panda. He's going to be locked in that Cataclysm.
Later, Panda.
Oh no, that is just not what Deimos Force wanted at all. Bishi from the side, he thinks he's a boss. 2 control wards dropped in the bush. The jungle side of Deimos Force. Elixir is ruthless now. They have this Baron
exactly.
buff. They want to end. They want to
They've got Baron, they've got an 8k gold lead, they've all got their item spikes. I mean, I'm just gonna be surprised if they don't dive this turret. Oh, they're actually gonna go dive onto this turret. Black Infinity going in. Here comes Forrest trying to disrupt the fight. Kaka going very low right now. I think he's gonna drop. Yes, he is. Now it's up to Kirk. They've gotten the inhibitor turret right now. Can Kirk clean up this team fight? He takes one. Is he gonna get one more right now? He has no teammates to defend him. Here comes a Galio ulti right now to feel for Kirk over there. Kirk is gonna arcade shift on the side. I think this is his team fight right now. Does have a double kill. I think he can get the quadra right here. Gets Thresh right now. Triple. Here comes the quadra kill. Kirk. Quadra kill onto the Ezreal right now. Too bad it's not a pentel, but I think that's game right now. Rusty Panda has tilted. He clicked Alt F4. He's out of this game right now. Control 6 is coming out from Captain Kirk right now. He knew he just carried the fight, and it's gonna be over. Elixir,
wow.
There are your champions.
Wow, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your champions for the South Asia Championship League. It is Team Elixir, or LXR for short. Bishi, Black Infinity, Kaka, Captain Kirk, and Hemi. Truly a spectacular performance. Great display of teamwork. Everything we need in a champion team. Now, GG, well played to Deimos Force. They did fight hard. They had flashes of brilliance throughout this tournament. But the true champions, you guys, it is Team Elixir. Now, thank you all of you for watching the streams. We had a grueling semifinals today as well as the finals. So many games. I think that was maybe about 8 games we had today. Insane amount, and you guys just really supported us to the fullest. Thank you so much. Do follow and subscribe to the Esports Club here on YouTube. This is the South Asia Championship League powered by LG UltraGear. We have your champions, Team Elixir, and we'll see you guys next time. And signing off, it's me, Apollonia, and Vish. Bye, guys.
Yep, thank you for having me, guys.